All right, everyone, another week in the books. So let's recap it. Pretty much a total chop fest here this week. A big old serving of chop suey. So nothing really all that exciting, but I do think next 1 to 2 weeks here could be some excitement around the corner. So this week with the chop, it was a good week to hold on to current swing positions and collect a little bit of do a little bit of premium collecting with some iron condors. So in the options room, we did the iron condor this week on the SPX. We sold that on Monday, and we bought that bad boy back on Thursday for 80% of max profit. And then we did one on the NDX here. We sold that on Tuesday. We bought that back this morning for 80% of max profit. And with the long weekend coming up, so next week's options, you're going to get the premium decay Saturday and Sunday as always, but Monday being closed for the holiday, free day of premium decay. So though I think the Qs are going higher here for a little income trade, call it, sold another iron condor for Wednesday's expiration. So ideally here we open up somewhat flat Tuesday morning and I go on ahead and take that off. But for the condor here, these trades are fun. At the end of the year, the condors probably make up 5%. My total profits, 95% come from the directional trades, the squeezes, but these condors can be nice. It's one of those things where, if you structure them in a certain way, they're high probability in nature. And say your goal is to grow your account by 10% per month. You throw on something like this trade like I did right here, it's a 5% position size. Max profit, this goes to 0 in our favor. Overall, we're growing the account by, call it 1.5%. So if your overall goal is to grow the account by 10% per month, you can, obviously do that with the directional trades, but a few condors here and there, it donates towards the cause, so to say. So that's a condor for the NDX for Tuesday. Sold puts at 13,510, and then on the call side, I sold those there at 14,000. So those are pretty good this week for the chop. We'll see how this one goes. But big picture thinking here, most importantly, everything is squeezing right now. So for those of you who joined the morning live stream, we talked about this morning. We've been talking about it in the options room. But it's one of those moments in time here where everything is building up energy, getting ready to release that energy in the form of what I expect to be a nice move into all-time highs. So S&P 500's got a daily squeeze. The QQQ daily squeeze over here, IWM, the small caps, even the little guys, they got a daily squeeze. The Dow has a daily squeeze, and then from a sector basis, XLK's got a squeeze. The energy sector, squeezing financials, squeezing transports, squeezing industrials, squeezing utilities, squeezing, and real estate, squeezing. So pretty much here across the board, here's that moment in time where I think we got a pretty solid move coming. Everything is holding up in a squeeze, so the structure of the overall market is bullish. We're above the 21, we got the stacked DMAs, it's all positive stuff. And then with the squeeze here, building up the energy, over the next 1 to 2 weeks, I'm looking for a move into new highs, at least 2 to 2.5 ATR to the upside. For the Qs, to the SPY, for pretty much everything. So for open swing positions right now, take a look over here at the Qs. And after looking a little bit sloppy for a bit, the Qs have regained a really good structure. Got the stacked DMAs, daily squeeze, positive histogram. So I think the Qs are gearing up for a move into new highs here over the next couple of weeks. And Google's been the focus on my end. So Google is your textbook, or my textbook, high probability trade, daily squeeze, stacked DMAs in the buy zone. So over here, we sold the credit spread. For those of you in the options room, we did this together. June 18th expiration, got short strikes at 22.90, which you're getting nice out the money here. And we bought the 22.70s. So that's what I'm rocking with here for Google. That trade's going well and looking for a move into new highs. That's a scoop here with the daily squeeze. Facebook was also textbook, so you could have done well there with either or. I didn't get any Facebook, and it's extended at this point, so got to wait on a pullback. And then one tech stock here of interest with a good structure and right near the buy zone is actually Microsoft. So Microsoft fits the bill. Daily squeeze, positive histogram, stacked DMAs. It's not at +2 ATR like a Facebook or a Google. Microsoft is looking good here. So I'm thinking potentially, and in the Sunday video, We'll dive into this in a few more here in detail. But what I'm thinking for Microsoft is a 250 by 245 put credit spread here, and if you get $1.50 a credit, there's your 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So something along those lines. Got to think about it a bit, but that's a good structure. So I think Microsoft, that's poised there for a push into highs as well. So like I mentioned, in Sunday's video, we'll get into the nitty-gritty here. And if you want the longer edition of Sunday's video, just subscribe to the the Focus Trades newsletter. But man, I tell you, when you can take home the nice little base hits, those 1 to 2%, account growing condors during the chop here, it makes sitting on your hands that much easier. But I do think we're gearing on up for a pretty good push across the board. So your mission right now is to find things that look like Microsoft with a high probability setup all on their own, then take into consideration the overall market is gearing up here for a move. At least that's my mindset. You take a high probability setup, you time that with a high probability structure of the market, and you're stacking those probabilities. So I'll talk to you on Sunday. Rest up this weekend. I'm going to go watch my Celtics probably get their ass whooped again by the Nets. And then we got an extra day of rest this weekend. Not too bad. So I appreciate you watching. Tune on in on Sunday. If you haven't already, go on ahead and subscribe. And I'm going to go get some much needed rest because I'm losing it. Talk to you all soon.